Hey there guys, what's up? It's your buddy mikeyperion here and I hope you have a great day because for today we are now at episode 18 of our iCraft Season 5 and currently we've been very busy as a group because we are currently working in our nether hub which is connected to the town center. So basically that is actually the main nether hub for this season of iCraft where we are actually working on it for the last 2 days. And I was only able to join on the first day and supposedly it was for this episode, but unfortunately, well, I didn't have much of recordings during that activity. So instead, well, we have to work on something different for this episode. And probably I mentioned to you guys before that one of our projects in the town center is going to be a Capitol building, which is similar to the US Capitol where the government officials are actually situated. So basically, we are planning to do something there in the future together with our fellow iCrafters that I don't want to disclose it yet because we're still planning for it. But for now, of course, we are going to prioritize this project so at least we can work there as soon as possible together with our iCrafters. Of course, that's for you guys to find out in our future episode. And also, well, we got here a temporary nether wart farm because on our nether hub project, we are going to need tons and tons of red nether bricks that of course we're gonna require these nether warts in order for us to craft those materials. And basically that project is, I'm gonna tell you guys, is totally massive. It's very expansive and it requires a lot of space, so probably of course we are also going to need tons and tons of these materials. And also, well, it's gonna be a long-term project for us to do, right? But anyway, so well, I also prep up most of the materials that we are going to need for our capital project in the town center. Of course, we are going to work remotely, so we have to bring some of these materials like these sea lanterns and these nether stuff and this diorite and, well, yeah. Of course, we are also going to need this crafting table and as well as the stone counter, which is very helpful. So basically, well, after this intro, I'm going to show you guys our some of the clips that I was able to record during our group recording session. And of course, probably we're also gonna pass by the nether hub before we get into the town center. So at least, well, we can already see the progress of those what they have done yesterday. So well, I think that's it for this intro. But anyway, so well, I'll see you guys in the town center.
Fine work there, Luke.
Thank you. Bam.
Alright. We're done. Except for that bit. Whoa!
Oh, yes.
It's okay.
Yes. No,
Don't get dead.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Somebody's getting shot by a gas.
Alright, good.
Alright, Serpent, do you want to go to my base?
Yeah, wait.
Actually,
I'm at your base, yeah.
is there a smelter anywhere? I know there's not one at my base.
Probably we could bring serpents. Could you?
Doesn't Iandus have a smelter?
I do have.
Isn't that the one that everyone's been using?
No, I think I can transfer 2 of my double smelter here. Sand is over here. Wait, 3 double chest. Yeah, at the bottom.
Wow.
And then I got my smelters here. Probably we can bring buckets, 7 buckets. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, buckets for the lava.
I can grab a bucket. Or buckets.
Oh, it cooks with lava?
Yeah, it's yeah, it's actually more efficient because it can actually cook up to.
Well, you're not going to use the lava from, our floor, are you?
Yeah, we can use other occasions. Right. And now we're actually approaching the nether hub. So basically what we have done here is a lot of this glass, orange glass glazing, and this has also some glasses. Well, with these shaders, actually, it's hard to see whether the floor has a glass or just straight to lava, right? But anyway, so well, this is actually the plan here so far. And server restart in 1 minute. Well, it's a bad timing though. But anyway, so well, so far here's the progress here in the nether hub, and we're actually planning to, to cover this with some of these orange glasses up to 10 chunks from the hub, from this center right over here. So basically that's the plan here. And of course, like I said, this is going to be a long-term project and there will be more to come in this well, Nether hub, right? But anyways, I'll be back. And so now let's go to the location of our capital, right? So basically on this direction, on the southern part of the town center is where we are going to build our capital, and this part right over here is actually Mumble's base. So basically I think he's working on like a museum, so pretty much I think it's kind of suitable on what we are going to build here. So somehow we're gonna be neighbors in this area on the southern part of the town center. So basically we got a massive space right over here, but I'm not sure if this will actually fit the build that we are going to make here. So probably I'm not sure if we're still gonna require some expansion of this plot, but probably of course let's just first set up and start doing some planning. And so we already have prepared the outline or the layout for our build right over here. So basically on this front part, we are going to have some sort of like stairs because, well, we are going to elevate this building, and on this area right over here, since we're implementing some sort of like a federal architectural style, we are going to have 6 pillars on the front part right over here, some sort of like a foyer up to this area right over here, and probably on this area is gonna be some doors on the entrance to the main lobby of our capital. So basically on this area, on the center part right over here is going to be the main lobby, which we are going to have some sort of like dome, which is similar to what we have in the US Capitol. And on the sides right over here, we are going to have some sort of like rooms for the offices and some meeting rooms. And on the back side right over here is where we are going to have a courtroom, because that's where we are actually gonna be needing on what we are planning to do in our future activities for iCraft servers. So basically I guess this will reach up to that part right over there, which we're gonna reclaim later on. So basically that's the plan for this build, and well, let's continue probably expanding up to this area right over here, because in this area we are going to have some sort of like more rooms similar to what we have done on the other side. So basically I guess this space is enough for us to have this build, and well, let's continue working on this. And now we already have reached the backmost part of this building. So basically this area right over here is going to be the courtroom, but we still need to reclaim this area. So I guess that's the next thing that we have to do. We have to get some dirt from somewhere else and place it over here. And yes, we're actually done reclaiming this back part right over here, and I guess we already have done the entirety of this area. So now we can actually secure this place, so at least we can build that piece, especially during night time, so at least we can have some less interruptions, right? So I guess that's the next thing that we have to do, is to secure this area with some fences on the side, and as well as of course to make sure that it is spawn proof, and well, I guess that's pretty necessary, right? And well, security of our construction site is now checked. So basically, of course, now we can continuously work on our build right over here. And basically, of course, we also have to make sure from time to time that there's no mob that will gonna spawn here, especially creepers. We don't want them to be part of our build, especially, right? So the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to work on the elevation. So I'm thinking that first we are going to make a sample on this section right over here, and then we're gonna implement it later on in the form of a time lapse or a montage. So well, let me try to think some sort of like a design, at least for the elevation part. So probably, well, that's the next best thing to do. And well, I guess this design is good enough. Well, it's simple, but of course, well, on the front side right over here, of course, this is where we are going to have the stairs, and probably we'll just gonna work on that later. And these nodes, this design right over here is going to be the bark of the pillars that we are going to build later on. Of course, we are going to have our very own mikey pillar, mikey perion pillars or columns. So basically, I guess this design is good enough. I guess so, because this is just the elevation, right? So practically, the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to have this design all around, at least on the front part, or not the front part, but on the sides, I mean. So basically, we are going to have this implemented in all of the sides except for this courtroom right over here. Probably we're gonna have a different design there, so probably we'll just gonna work on the sides for the meantime. But anyway, so well, like I said, we are going to do this in the form of a montage, and let's do it.
driven by the words that you say. The voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the ways. Oh, let me show you all the ways. Yeah, let me show you all the ways. Oh.
And well, I guess the phase 1 of this building session is done. So practically, I also have already done these stairs on the front part right over here. Let's just torch this up just to make sure that there's no mobs that will gonna spawn here, right? Of course, we don't want that to happen. So and so far, these stairs is, well, not really that extravagant, but I guess, well, of course, this hole right over here is just temporary because, of course, we still need to go inside that, right? I mean, this elevation. So far, well, I guess it's fine. I mean, the design that we have implemented is pretty simple, but of course, like I said, this is just the elevation, right? But anyway, so well, I guess the next thing that we have to work on are the floorings. Of course, well, we just want that to make our job much easier in building this, you know, structure, right? But anyway, so well, let me try to come up with a design and well, I'll be back. And well, I got an idea that we are going to use some carpets for the floorings because at least we can use some sea lanterns that basically we're just gonna cover them, those sea lanterns with some carpets. So I guess that's the most efficient way for us to make the place spawn proof and as well lit, right? But anyway, so well, I'm just gonna bring this ship to our construction site and probably, of course, I'm also gonna need to breed them so at least our production will be much more efficient, right? And now we are working on these patterns for the flooring and probably I guess, well, of course, you also need to consider the actual layout of this building, right? So basically, on this part right over here, this is where we are going to have the rooms for the offices and as well as for the meeting rooms. And basically, we have to implement this sort of design in all of the rooms that we are going to have. So I guess, well, that's just to have some sort of like consistency, right? And on this area right over here, this is where we are actually going to use the carpets once we already have done building this structure. So probably we're gonna do that once we already have started doing some interior decorations. And well, the next thing that we have to do is just to, well, put some more floorings on these sides and well, I'll be back. And well, we're already done with the bottom section of this structure or this building. So now it's time to move up and of course, well, we still need to do some outlining or outlining. Not outletting. But anyway, so well, of course, you have to determine where the second level and the roof and the walls and the pillars and all of those stuff. And probably, well, I need to do this again in the form of a time-lapse montage. But anyway, so well, let's do it, right? And yes, well, the outline is done. So basically, of course, it is very well lit and it's very visible because we have used these cylinders, right? But anyway, so well, let's take a look from afar to see the scale of this build, and especially that, of course, we wanted to make this very impressive, but well, this is not actually that much of my expectation. Well, I'm thinking much bigger. But anyways, I guess this is fine. So I think the next thing that we have to do or to work on is the facade of this building, which we are going to first build some pillars on this section right over here. This is where we are going to have some sort of like a federal architectural style where we are going to have a roof on the top and some pillars where we are going to use some quartz. Right? Of course, I know this is really expensive, but of course, well, this is the facade, right? Of course, we have to make a very good impression that this building or this build is really, really good. Of course, we have to impress people, right? But anyway, so, well, of course, we still need to convert these quartz, and I hope this will be enough for these pillars that we are going to build, and well, let's see about that. And well, as expected, well, we're already running out of these quartz and probably, well, well, it's a good thing we still have some of these in our base. And yes, so that's the last of it. And well, we already have built 4 columns and we still got 2 more. So probably we'll just gonna go back to our base to grab some more of those nether quartz. But anyway, so well, let's dang it. But anyways, let's just walk back to our base. And now at least we're done using these expensive stuff. These quartz, I mean. But anyway, so well, we're just bridging or connecting these pillars, and probably, of course, we're still going to have some sort of like a roof, semi-roof, should I say, on this section right over here. But let's check it out on how this actually somehow look like from afar. Why is this Alicia getting worse though? But anyway, so well, this is how it looks like so far. So I think, well, the next thing that we have to do is to place some sort of like a triangle on the top part. But anyway, so well, let's do it. One of the least blocks in Minecraft, but for me, well, this is pretty useful, right? I mean, I don't actually hate diorite, but for me, somehow, I mean, most of the time, they're actually pretty useful. But anyway, so well, yeah, so basically, I guess we already have done this before. If you're actually has been watching my videos long time ago, we have done this in our Let's Play survival series. The first one, the very first Let's Play that we have done. So basically, we also have our headquarters where we actually also use a federal architectural style, and we also have this similar design, this roof design. So let's check it out. And I don't want to use my elytra anymore because it's totally messed up, right? But anyway, so let's check it out. And well, as expected, this looks totally awesome, right? And so far, well, at least, well, we have accomplished something that we have expected for this build. And well, looking on this angle, it's totally totally, I think not impressive, right? I mean, now at least we got a nice facade for our building. So the next thing that we have to prepare is actually the design of the pillars and as well as the beams. So far, I guess that's what we can afford for this episode. And well, I actually totally forgot about the backside though. But anyways, of course, we are also going to do that first. Probably we'll just place an outline on this section, similar to what we have done here. So basically, yes, let's just prioritize that before we can forget it, right? But anyways, let's do it. Well, of course, this outline is totally done now. So I think this is the last section that we have to outline. I think so, right? And of course, well, this place is now somehow looking pretty massive. And somehow it probably I can already think on how this will turn out once we already have finished this project, right? But of course, we cannot finish this project for this episode because I guess I already have recorded enough. But anyway, so the next thing that we have to do is, of course, to come up with some design on how we are going to make the pillars and as well as the beam. So I guess that's the last thing that we have to do for this episode. And well, let's get it done. And for the last phase of this episode, so basically we just need to copy this design that I've done on this section right over here in all of the sides and the corners and as well as on the back side right over there. So probably that's the last thing that we have to do for this episode. And I think this will turn out really good, right? And especially that our design, at least for the beams and the pillars, are really extravagant. But of course, we still need to place some walls on the next episode and probably, of course, some flooring on the second level and the roof. But that's for the next episode. But anyway, so well, let's try to finish what we need to accomplish for this episode. And well, let's do it.
Taken by the words that you say, the voice that carries them has kept me astray. Too soon to act on it, can we ever be? That all depends on what you're feeling from me. Let me show you all the way. Let me show you all the way. Show you all the way.
And well, I have to say that this is totally like a no joke project though. I mean, we only have done the pillars and the beams and the outlines. Well, I guess we're just like 30% done for this project, and probably, well, hopefully we can do the remaining 70% on the next episode, right? Because I'm totally excited to see the outcome or the final product of this project, and especially that, well, this is our very first project here in the town center, which is outside our base. Well, except for the nether tunnel, right? But so far, well, there's nothing much. Well, like I said, this is only like a portion of what we need to accomplish in this project. But so far, at least that, I mean, aesthetically, it looks pretty impressive, right? And yeah, so well, this is how it looks like in the town center. But of course, our project is right over here. I'm being so clingy though. But anyway, so yeah, but those pillars, I mean, these pillars, these columns, it's not that visible, right? I mean, during nighttime, so probably we have to find a way for these to be illuminated, so at least it will be very visible during nighttime, right? But well, we're just gonna these monsters though. But anyway, so yeah, let me try. These spiders, I hate spiders though. My aim is totally not bad though. Nope. Yeah, that's pretty close. But anyway, so stay out. So I guess, well, at least we have accomplished a lot for this episode. I think so, right? And of course, well, those sea lanterns, we still need to cover them up probably on the next episode. Because, well, yeah, probably we're gonna cover them up with some floorings and some roof. Well, I think that's the way to do it. And of course, this part right over here is going to be our courtroom. And this is going to be a massive room, like I said. But anyway, so well, like I said, this is going to be the end of this episode. And of course, well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been Mikey Perion, and I'll see you guys next time.